Well, if you have college-bound children, the early action and early decision deadline is coming up quickly on November 1st. That's right around the corner. So to give us some insight on what you need to know and do about the college application process is David Blowbaum from the National Test Prep Association. There are some people looking at the screen going, thank goodness, help me figure it out. So let's talk about early action, early admission, and how it's different, decision rather, from regular.
Absolutely. So early action basically just means you're applying early and you'll get your admissions decision early. But early decision is very different. Not all colleges offer it, but if they do offer it, it usually conveys a very significant advantage. So there are some top schools where more than 50% of their freshman class is filled just with early decision admits. So if there's a top school that you're interested in, then you should strongly consider applying early decision there.
I remember making my list, and my counselors told me whatever's at the top early, and that's what I did, and it worked out in my case. When a college says that it's optional in terms of testing, should you believe that or take the test anyway? That way it possibly increase your chances.
So I think the most revealing schools for as far as does testing matter is actually the test blind colleges. Because the test blind colleges like UC Berkeley or UCLA, they say they're test blind, but that means they won't use SAT and ACT scores in their admissions process. But then they use AP and IB exam scores in their admissions process. And the Dean of Admissions at Emory, John Ladding, is the most honest about testing. So he said last year that Emory knows that high school grades are inflated. So he said that Emory is going to be using standardized test scores more heavily than a student's high school grades, particularly they'll use AP exam scores. So consider that. Emory is test optional. That's a test optional college saying that they're going to weight standardized test scores more heavily than high school grades. The takeaway for students and parents is that test optional means you can apply without standardized test scores. It doesn't mean that you have an equal option of actually getting admitted without test scores, especially if you're applying to a selective major like computer science or nursing, or if you want an equal chance at more merit aid and scholarships.
Did you know I went to Emory University?
Yeah,
that's my alma mater.
It's a fantastic
They haven't
school.
changed a bit.
Yeah.
And you're so right about that testing and the weighing that versus your grades and AP courses and so forth. So what's your message to people who at this point have waited until the last minute for early decision, best advice and recommendations moving forward for the next week?
So best advice would be, it's indisputable that grades are inflated. So that's why Harvard, Yale, Brown, and Dartmouth have made the public statements that standardized test scores are better predictors of success in college than are a student's high school grades. So apply early, but if you don't have the scores that you need right now, I would keep taking those tests because it's going to help you get into better schools. And there's a lot of schools like University of Alabama or University of Tennessee, they have automatic scholarships for students based on some standardized test scores.
So it's best to do it all if you can. That way you can expand the number of schools that you can potentially consider in your path. All right, well, thank you so much. I wish we had more time with you. For people who want to go and learn more, though, as they move forward throughout this process, where can they go and stay connected?
Sure, they can go to nationaltestprep.org. They can connect with us, and we'd be happy to help them on their college admissions journey.
Sounds great. Thanks, David.
Thank you.